There's a big debate on whether you should use foil to bake your potato or just put it in that plain. Today I'll show y'all both methods at the same time and then some of the perks of one versus the other. And it really all comes down to preference, but let's get into it. Now for this experiment, we went ahead and had a regular potato and a potato wrapped in foil. This one is supposed to promote a crispier skin on the exterior and a nice fluffy inside. With this method, the foil traps in the heat and basically steams your potato. It's also supposed to make it cook a little bit faster. Now, after doing this experiment, the results were kind of different than I expected, so let's get into it. So boom, we want to start off with a russet potatoes. Russet potatoes are perfect for baked potatoes. And you always want to make sure that you wash your potatoes. Unlike the debate with chicken, people say you wash or don't wash it. Always wash your vegetables. It comes from dirt and foodborne illnesses can be on those potatoes. We eating every part of this potato, so we're going to make sure that it's cleaned thoroughly. And while we on the topic, y'all let me know in the comments if y'all clean y'all chicken or not. But back to the potato, we want to make sure that we dry it all the way. The drier the skin, the better it'll crisp up in the oven. And since we're drying it off with a white paper towel, we'll really be able to tell if it's clean or not. If you scrub it and it's anything other than a white paper towel still, go ahead and wash it again. It ain't clean. Now we're going to go ahead and take a fork and just poke some holes all over the skin just to pierce it to make sure that it doesn't bust while it's in the oven. Now you want to rub your potatoes generously with some olive oil. It'll really help crisp up that skin. It gives it the same feel of if you were to deep fry something. It'll dry out that skin, giving you a beautiful crust. And as I said before, we eating all parts of this potato inside and out, so you got to flavor that skin as well. You usually could just use salt, but I'm going to hit it with some Tony Chachere Creole seasoning. Whatever you do, just remember, if you ain't sneezing, it ain't seasoned. Now, everything up to this point is the same, and now we'll go ahead and bake one regular, and then one we'll go ahead and wrap in our aluminum foil. You want to make sure that you wrap it nice and tight and no air can get in or out. At this point, our oven is preheated and we're ready to go. Now both of our potatoes are going in the oven at the same time at 400 degrees. All right, y'all. So depending on the size of your potato, you might go in the oven for about 45 to 1 hour. Since potatoes vary in size and time, you always want to go based on the internal temperature. Your potato will be done when the internal temperature reads 210 degrees, regardless of the size of the potato. So it's always good to invest in the internal thermometer, whether it be for your meat or things like potatoes. You always come in handy. Because not everyone's oven is the same, not everyone's air fryer is the same. But temperature will always be consistent if you're just using a probe. And speaking of the air fryer, here are the instructions for that. It should generally take 30 to 35 minutes. If it's not, just go every 5 minutes until you can pierce it easily with a fork. Now this potato still ended up getting a nice crispy outside and fluffy inside. You can feel it soft to the touch, but the outside crust is crispy. And surprisingly, this one cooked faster than this one, which I don't understand because the heat should have trapped this and made it way hotter. Now I'm gonna go ahead and open both of them up so we can see what it looks like. We'll start off with our regular baked potato. Gonna give it a slice through the middle, and then you take your hands on both sides and just press it together to open it up. We have a nice soft interior, nice and fluffy, and a nice crust on the outside. This is a beautiful potato right here. Now we're gonna move this over and come with our steamed potato. This one, the heat, be careful with the heat coming out. And as you can tell, you can look at it and see that the skin on this one is nowhere near crispy. It's kind of actually falling off. In my opinion, you would have been better just boiling this potato if this is the method you wanted to use. But to each his own. We're gonna do the same thing. Slice it open, press it, and let's see. Interior just like the last one, nice and fluffy on the inside. The only major difference is you won't have that nice baked potato season stuck to the outside, crispy skin. Still good, but I just prefer the other way. With our regular potato, you can see the seasonings really set in onto the potato. With this one, the steam kind of washed it off to the bottom. So this is what you want. Everything about this, to me, is perfect. So that's the potato we're going to deal with today. Open it up. Now for me, I like to dress it with a dollop of sour cream. just to make that interior a little bit more creamy. And then we're gonna hit it with some butter, of course. Mix those insides up. Now you can load this up with bacon, chives, seafood, etouffee, whatever you desire. Also hit it up with a little bit more Cajun seasoning. Mix that in there. This potato alone right now is just great and full of flavor. You don't really need to add nothing else. But of course, bacon and all that goes a long way. And now we're going to just hit it with as much cheese as the Lord allows. Got to get that cheese on the inside as well. Give it a good mixing. As you can see, beautiful. Now we got to come through with buku of that crawfish etouffee. Don't be scared of it. You add all that. And I know this sauce looks delicious, but what if I told y'all I only made it in about 8 minutes using the Tony Chachere box dinner mix? Sometimes you just want to have a quick meal. I'll post the link to that video in the description as well as right here for y'all to click. Of course, we're going to top it off with some more cheese and some green onion because we're healthy. And there we go. The beautiful, most perfect baked potato. Again, if you aren't already subscribed to this channel, please make sure that y'all subscribe, turn on those push notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. And just like my name, y'all done.